Hi, my name is Carolyn, and this is my NYX Face Award submission video. My inspiration comes from the legend of the Phoenix. It is always important to start with a clean and moisturized face. Don't forget to moisturize those lips too. Starting with your primer, here I am applying a moisturizing primer because I tend to have dry skin and every drop helps. Using concealer, I'm hiding the purple under my eyes and the red on my nose and cheeks and starting to build a base for highlighting on my chin and forehead. Use your preferred tool for this. Fingers for me in this application. You can use a brush or sponge as you like. I like using my fingers because it forms a creamier base for me and is easier to work with. Now it is time to start whitening out the face. Starting with the eyelids and the areas around the eye, including above the brow and on the cheekbone, use a white cream based pencil to apply and blend it in. Again, I'm using my fingers because since this is a cream base, the heat helps blend it in further. Add a white until you are satisfied. This will be the primer for those bright colors. If you can't see, I was having a problem with one single strand of hair that kept getting in my way. Using a yellow eyeliner, I'm starting to outline the inner part of the flame. Line your upper lid into a very long and extended cat eye, almost to the hairline. Then under the eye, create another line. I will have white between this line and my lash line so that is why I'm leaving the space. Your lines do not need exactly to be like mine. Create your flames to your own pleasing. I decided to keep my brows for this look, so I colored the outer half with the same eyeliner and blended it with a swirly. Make sure those hairs are yellow. If you have darker hair, you may want to cover them up for this look. Now here comes the part my mom would yell at me and say I'm so very ladylike. Now with a red lip liner or pencil, a true red or an orange red, not pink red, line the outer edge of the flame. Use the natural shape of your face and swirling lines to have free flowing flames. You'll want the red and yellow lines to match slightly in shape. Color the inner eyebrow and blend it up and out. Mix the two just slightly to achieve an orange in the middle. Now for the fun part, adding color. Choose your brightest and most pigmented yellow and place this on your lid a bit past the crease and use it to set the outer half of the brow, and extend it all the way up to the hairline. Blend the yellow line to avoid harsh lines in the yellow. You can't overdo the amount of yellow, it will blend. I went for about an inch on the top part and a centimeter on the bottom. Do not worry about your inner eye because that will be orange. You do want you to have a good amount of yellow for this look. Now here comes that orange. Apply it to the mid-brow and extend up. Slightly layer this on the edge of the yellow to create a nice gradient. On the lid, it will go all the way up to underneath the brow and on the inner corner. I used two additional colors, a yellow-orange and an orange-yellow, to help blend these two together. These are the two colors I was talking about. Now it's time for that red. First, blend the liner into a flame and avoid layering on top of the orange. You're aiming for softer edges. There will be a lot of blending because of waxiness of the liner. I will then be using an orangey red shadow to set the red and blend right into the orange. This is the red-orange I was talking about. Fire is more orange than it is red. So that is why I added that red-orange color. Using the white liner again, I'm making a triangle shape between the yellow bands and blending to sharpen the line to make it pop more. I'm also adding more right underneath the eye and lining the lower lash line. I used a small brush to make the application smoother without disturbing the color below. I decided to use loose pigments to add more dimension to the flames, but only applying to the forehead, inner part of the flame, and on top of the cheekbone. Starting with orange, I was careful to only apply onto the orange section while avoiding the yellow. I blend this color into the orange-red edge. Making sure to wipe the brush between color additions, I added rust and blended into the orange and softened up the red edges of the flame. I added both colors to my brow to darken it up. I then went in with orange zest to ease the yellow-orange transition and to add a little bit more sparkle and glamour. Using an orange opalescent shade, I am adding it to my inner eye and using it to set the white liner. It gives the white-orange shimmer in direct light and makes it no longer stark white. Now let's get those lashes. If you're applying falsies, use a black mascara before applying to have your lashes blend well with the false lashes. But if you're like me and you're allergic to latex, find your best lengthening and volumizing mascara to achieve that falsie look. I like to swirl and wiggle my wand for a better, more even application. I'm also choosing not to line my eyes, so I went in and removed the black on my lid from the mascara later on. If using falsies, you can use black liner to hide the glue and make sure you have an even line on both eyes. You're going to repeat this step and method for the other eye. Your shapes need not be the same as mine are not. Working cleaning up the red edges, I'm using more white liner and a sponge brush to fix any jagged lines. I'm also whitening out what is left on my forehead and nose. The lines need not be perfect because they're going to be slightly covered something fun later. I use the white on the center of my forehead as a palette to drag around to the edges of the flame. Using foundation, preferably a lighter shade than you usually are. If not, just add some white liner to your face while blending. Apply to the bottom half of your face and down onto your neck. Make sure you get behind those ears as well. For these next colors, my highlight, contour, and all over, I'm using a blush brush for application. A pale yellow is being applied as an all-over base, avoiding highlight areas. A yellow-white shade will be used as my highlight and a pale orange as a contour. These colors all have a shimmer to help them catch light. Someone forgot to blend that white in. Silly me. Make sure you do this all before you add in your colors. I used the pale orange over the edges of the flames to help blend the face together. These colors were also extended down onto my neck. I decided to end up adding a bit of the highlight color to the white to give it more of a shimmer. Keeping with the theme, apply the yellow liner on the centermost part of the bottom lip. Use a dark red lip pencil to line the lips. Again, silly me, make sure you do this all before you add in your colors. I used the pale orange over the edges of the flames to help blend the face together. These colors were also extended down onto my neck. I decided to end up adding a bit of the highlight color to the white to give it more of a shimmer. Keeping with the theme, for these next colors, my highlight, contour, and all over, I'm using a blush brush for application. Then use an orangey red color for the center of both lips. Red pencil and apply all over to blend all those colors together to make a beautiful ombre effect. I do have scars on my lips, so my lip lines are never perfect, part of me, and